no joke when I say this, but there's a certain level of fear that I live with on a daily basis. If you've been following me for any period of time, you know that I now make 100% of my income off of content creation, and a vast majority of that comes from the tube of you. The revenue sharing over there has been phenomenal, and it has allowed us to replace my wife's salary and keep our family afloat and keep a roof over our head. And I am forever and tremendously grateful for the people that support the content. And every day I wake up and go, this is not sustainable. There's no way they are going to continue to keep giving me the kind of revenue that they're giving me for making this content and generating the views that I view, or that I do. And every day we keep chugging along. And my wife and I talk about it week in and week out. Are they really doing this? Yeah, they're really doing it. Because the money is nuts. It's absolutely insane. And so I'm every day I'm wondering, when is the bottom going to drop out? When is this going to kind of fall back to earth and make us realize that this was a fluke? And, you know, we're coming up on a year of us living full-time off of YouTube content creation and still going strong. You have a month and you're like, holy crap, just did the best month ever. And then the following month beats that month. It's like, holy crap, that's the best month we've ever had. And every day I look at the numbers and go, when is this going to, the bottom going to drop out? And then you come to this realization that the bottom is never going to drop out as long as people like this exist. Let me introduce you to somebody, folks. You see this commenter in the middle that goes by the name Patriarch3056, who said, you are a 54-year-old overweight leftist who smokes weed, and once you put a video on here bashing your mom for views. Trust me, big guy, you do not need to be any kind of influence on any kid. Now, keep in mind, this is in regard to a video I made about my relationship with my own son. He's saying that I don't need to be an influence on any kid, including my own son. So let's break this down. You are a 54-year-old, no, I'm not, I'm 53, overweight leftist, I'm overweight but not a leftist, who smokes weed, you're damn right I do, and you once put a video on here bashing your mom for views. I've put multiple videos on here bashing my mom, and every video I make is to generate views. Are you under the impression that people make videos for folks not to view them? And do you know why I bash my mom? I mean, surely you do, given the fact that you have left over 100 comments on various videos. So surely you understand the severe physical child abuse I suffered at the hands of my mother between the ages of 8 and 13, right? Doesn't matter. It's beside the point. I, every day, wonder when the bottom is going to drop out of this new career path that I'm on. When is this going to stop? This isn't sustainable. This is unsustainable. This is not something that people make a living off of. People don't survive off of YouTube money. The bottom's got to drop out. It's never going to, as long as this happens. 100 plus comments. So, Patriarch, let me explain the kind of influence I am on my son, okay? I am the kind of influence that teaches my son to have empathy for his fellow humans. I am the kind of influence that teaches my son that we're all the same, even if we look differently, even if we think differently, even if we believe differently, we're all part of the same human race, and that for the most part we should try to do for our fellow man. My son is a well-adjusted honors student who in 8th grade is doing high school level math and high school level science, and I believe high school level science, and is doing quite well in all of those subjects, who volunteers in his community, who is the president of his beta club, who's an above average bowler, and has a solid group of friends, always uses his manners, and never disrespects the adults around him. He's also not a coward internet troll who hides behind anonymity and trolls people online he doesn't like. He has online accounts, and they do not say his real name because he doesn't need the kind of grief that would come with associating himself with me. If he put his real name, Tom Powell III, out there, my guess is people just like you would treat him like absolute trash while hoping that he had a better type of mentor. But the most important aspect of this entire video is that through all of my fear that I am no longer going to be able to keep a roof over my family's head, through all of the anxiety of, am I going to be able to keep this up? Will my kids be able to eat this month? Will my wife have to go back to work? Will we lose everything that we have? Through all of that, the beacon that keeps me going is the fact that folks like you are never going to be able to just scroll and not interact with my content on that particular application, social media application. And as a result of it, I will continue to make the kind of money I'm making. My influence in my child, on my child, is showing him that I can stand up to coward bullies like you and earn a damn good living doing it. That's the kind of influence I am on my son. What kind of an influence are you on yours?